Let's put this here. Happy Wednesday, everyone, and happy pre-Thanksgiving. I guess we are all probably stressed right now. Hopefully not, but I think a lot of us are. What do you want, Jetty? So I'm making some pasta today. And I wanted to pull up some of those surveys that we did. Kind of chilly. I'm gonna grab a sweater real quick. I'll be back, y'all. I'm back. Hello. Okay, it's kind of chilly in the house because I'm not turning the heating on because I don't know, I don't like using the heating until it gets really cold and I really need it. So I'm trying to survive without the heating for as long as possible. Hi Verma, thank you. How's everyone's Thanksgiving prep going if you're celebrating? I know not everyone is, but those that are you stressed or how's it going for you? Is anyone cooking tomorrow or are you already cooking? Doing prep work? How's it looking like in your house? For me, it's gonna be pretty chill actually. So last year I had to cook for a lot of people. And this year, it's gonna be really relaxed and low-key. So I'm actually very happy about that. Hey Saga, how are you doing, my friend? How's life going? Thanksgiving, yes. How's it looking like for you? Are you celebrating? And I wanted to pull up those surveys that I did. About Thanksgiving. I did some in a community post just asking y'all what your favorite part of Thanksgiving is, like food wise, what's something you couldn't give up on Thanksgiving or imagine without. Have you gone to anywhere, enjoyed the show? They're making that up. I have not, no. I know there's parades everywhere. I think I heard some here. Nearby, but I didn't go. I'm more like a Christmas parade kind of person, but sometimes I even skip that one. I'm not huge on it, but it's not prevalent here. Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah, when I was in Germany, I never celebrated Thanksgiving either. It's just not a thing, right? So I guess it's just an American thing. Hi, Ayan. So I cooked some pasta. Today we're cooking some, steamy. We're cooking some fall pasta with butternut squash and pesto. So I'm gonna drain my noodles real quick, or my pasta. Okay, that is done. So pasta is done. Let me check the community post real quick. So I want to see how the final ranking looks like after a few days. Hi everyone, butternut squash. Scotch would be good too, but it's just squash. I already chopped it last time, so I don't have to do it again. Ryan, hi Lynn, Clement, sorry, I just read the first part. Is it okay if I call you Clement? I don't know if that is okay. If I mispronounce anyone's name or if you want to be called differently here, please always let me know. How's everything going over there? Are you ready for Thanksgiving? Are you prepping already? Hi Jonathan. HP, like the computer. Is he the founder? Okay, I'll be cooking a little later, just my post. I'm just on a different phone right now, so I can pull up my ratings or the surveys that I did. Do you call it survey? I guess. Okay, so I asked the one thing you absolutely couldn't imagine not having on Thanksgiving. And surprisingly, the least amount of people said gravy, only 5%. Then veggie sides was 21%. Turkey was 32%, and most people, 42%, couldn't imagine a Thanksgiving without pie. So yeah, pie won the race, I guess. So everyone loves pie. The rating gave away. So then I asked you guys, what kind of pie do you like for Thanksgiving, or what's like your favorite pie, or what could you not live without, basically? And only 6% said apple and cherry pie, so I guess that's not your favorite. And then chocolate or lemon pie was 11%, so that's also not a crowd favorite. My personal favorite, actually, chocolate pie. And then 28% on place 3 would be, 2 would be pecan, whatever you say. I think everyone pronounced it differently, and caramel pie. So pecan and caramel pie on number 2, and number 1 is pumpkin and sweet potato pie. I kind of already anticipated that, to be honest. And I know you have to make a distinction between pumpkin and sweet potato, because some really don't like pumpkin, but they love sweet potato. But unfortunately, there's only 4 columns here on the surveys that I can do, so I had to kind of merge them together. So yeah, that one won. Let's see if there's any comments. Pumpkin pie, and don't forget the Cool Whip. Voted for pumpkin. They would eat any pie. Someone said they didn't vote for any pie because they don't like to eat that stuff. Someone doesn't like chocolate and lemon pie, they actually hate it. So interesting. And someone said they're having buttermilk and chocolate pie. So never had a buttermilk pie before. That's interesting. Very cool. Lady, you should be arrested immediately and put behind bars. For what? For stealing my breath away. Oh, I'm a straight girl, I apologize. That was funny. I like that one. Thanks for making me laugh. We need more of that. Hi Logan, how are you doing? Who do we have here? Oh, Clement, you said yes, ma'am. Ready for Thanksgiving. Neat, nice. Are you cooking, Clement? Are you cooking tomorrow for the crowd, or how's it looking like in your house? Do you have a crowd? Do you have like friends, family, or yeah, how's it looking like for y'all? Let me know. Snowfall for Saga. Whoa, you got snow. Freezing cold. That's interesting. I didn't know it gets that freezing cold. Hi, Wakas. I got my cat up here, so since I'm just cooking for myself, that's okay. If I cook for other people, he's not allowed to be up here. But I'm so used to having an occasional cat hair in my food that I'm not freaking out about it anymore. No bacon, Saga. Hi, Dandy. And yeah, Stuffy Puff, that was funny. Thank you again. And are you wearing makeup today? No, I don't wear makeup. I put on some moisturizer. So if my face looks shiny, it might be from moisturizer that I put on earlier today, but it's been a couple hours, so I'm not wearing any makeup. I'm not a makeup person. First of all, I'm really sensitive with my skin. Like I don't really tolerate a lot of stuff on my face, so I can't really wear many makeups, and I don't really enjoy it. I'm not good at it, so that's another reason. I'm really like a noob when it comes to makeup. I never got into it. I think it looks good on people, but it's just not for me. Maybe one day. I never say never, right? But for now, I'm okay with no makeup. You have mosquito problems? Not anymore. I feel like the mosquitoes have already like gone away because it's pretty cold, not terrible cold. Hi Richmond. Hi people, everyone has a great week so far. Thank you Martin, I hope you too. How's Vienna looking? Do you have snow in Austria already, or is it still mild weather? For us it's getting a little colder now in Tennessee, but it's still not terrible. My pet, Rusty, you want to say hi? There's this big noodle. Huh? Yeah, you loafing? You're a big loaf, I know. A raven flew by and told me to watch this. Hi, Captain. Hi to Sweden. Neat. I am from Germany and I live in the United States now. Hi, Gooby. I will be at work like every year. Oh, you're working on Thanksgiving? Wow. Okay, well, thank you for working on Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people have to. Some can pick and choose what days they want to have off, and there's jobs that require people to work on holidays. So thank you for doing that. I love your cat. Thank you, Moose. Musak. I learned about German online. Bitte is water and Brot is bread. Bitte is actually, it means like please, or you're welcome. But Brot is bread. Yes, that is true. Strawberry sweater. Thank you, Mello. Welcome, my friend. Bitte is please and water is Watte. Water is Wasser. Watte is cotton, or I don't even know what that would be in English. What Watte? Cotton swab, I guess. See, I don't even know. Hi, Dania. Irish? I'm not Irish. No, that'd be cool though. I think Ireland is beautiful. I wish I was born in Ireland or lived there. German or Netherlands? Yes, German, Libby. Third rule of commenting. Oh yeah, I forgot. I put the rules up. I just recently did the chat rules because most people are super kind and friendly and just fun to hang out with, but you know, there's always some people that are a little bit different, and they like to make the German jokes. And don't get me wrong, you can make German jokes if they're funny, and hopefully not ones that I heard like 5,000 times in my life already, because those are getting really old. But if you have a funny German joke that's not insulting any groups of people and they're just like really funny, I don't have a problem with that. So if you can come up with one, I wouldn't be upset about it. What do you do in the United States? You guess, you mean probably what I'm doing for work? So I work as an interpreter for historic settlement and as a part-time, and I also do yoga class for seniors, or like weightlifting yoga class, like anything that's exercise, yeah, for seniors, so they get out of the house and stay fit, hopefully. And I'm leading a food bank as well for people that can't afford food or need food. Hi to India. Sind Sie Deutsch? Ja, ich bin Deutsch. Sie können gerne du sagen. It's always so weird when people call me Z. It makes me feel like I'm 65 years old. No snow in Vienna. Okay, so you guys are a little bit behind. Although November, end of November, in Germany we usually had like snow one time, end of November, I would say. I'm new here. How was your day? Hi Kenneth, nice to meet you. Greetings from Germany, nice. Grüße zurück, Togums. Danke. Ja, ich kann auch Deutsch sprechen. Bamberg. Bamberg or Bamberg? I've never heard about Bamberg. I've only heard about Bamberg. Are you from USA? I'm not from USA, but I live in the USA. Donau Dampfschifffahrts Elektrizitätshauptbetriebswerk Bauunternehmen Beamtengesellschaft. Hi. Yeah, you can take it back. Thank you. That's a good word. Thank you. We actually talked about that word not too long ago. We were talking about the longest German word. And I was thinking about this one, but I wasn't sure if that's like the longest one. I feel like they update it every few years. And there's like this Rindfleisch-Etikettierungsgesetz-Dings-Wort. But I don't know if that's longer or not. So yeah, I made pasta. So I made farfalle. So like the bow tie, as Americans call it. And we'll make it with butternut squash. So we make it like very fall-y. Fall-y? Is that a word? No, it is. I hope. You get what I mean. So like a fall season pasta. Olive oil. And don't heat up olive oil too hot because that's not good. It should never get beyond what's it called, burning point or smoking point, I think. Because then it turns into something unhealthy. Arbeitslos? Na, wenn du 3 Jobs als arbeitslos betiteln willst, dann ja. Aber so, nee, eigentlich nicht. Ich arbeite relativ viel, mehr als gewöhnlich, würde ich sagen. Ungefähr 50 Stunden in der Woche. Tut mir leid, ich weiß nicht, können verwenden. Do you vote in the USA? I don't vote in the USA because I'm not a US citizen. I'm just a permanent resident. So as a permanent resident, you don't have rights for voting. So yeah, I'm just hoping for the best, I guess. So yeah, I can't vote, unfortunately. But sometimes I'm not upset about it because the choice is not always easy because there's not many great options sometimes, I feel like. If you know what I mean. Da ist es. Bei uns gerade Nacht. Oh ja, ist schon 10 in Deutschland. 10:30 gleich. Spät bei euch. Ach ja, in Deutschland ist ja auch gar kein Feiertag morgen. Thanksgiving is only in America. I forgot. I was like, oh, the Germans have the day off tomorrow, but I forgot. Thanksgiving is just America. So, oh, nice. Rindfleisch-Etikettierungsüberwachungsaufgaben, Übertragungsgesetz. Genau, das wollte ich, das Wort. Aber ich glaube, das Donau war länger als das. Aber knapp dran. Das andere hat mehr Buchstaben, genau, das dachte ich mir auch gerade. Das sah länger aus. Are you new in the USA? Kinda. I mean, 3 years, so I wouldn't say new, but also not been here for very long. So I guess it's still relatively new compared to many people. The small town of Germany, less than 5K. Where do people socialize? So I'm from a very small town, so you would call it a village. In Germany, we still call it village. We don't really call it town if it's like under, I don't know, 10,000. Honestly, if any German knows here, like at what point is something called a village, at what point would we call it a town? Usually, if it's small, like 5K, we would call it a village. But yeah, I'm from a small village. And where do people socialize? So there's definitely some like clubs and stuff in villages, like a shooting range club. You know, there's like for people that want to be hunters or do it as a hobby. So there's like volunteer firefighters in villages where people would socialize. There's like village gatherings, like little festivals, you know, on the marketplace or something. So there's definitely some little festivals in villages in Germany, I would say, where people socialize, or like some neighborhood festivals, or wine festivals. We have a lot of wine festivals where I'm from because I'm from an area in Germany where they produce a lot of wine. Or like beer festivals, you know, you would have all that kind of stuff. Or you would just go to cities, you know, like bigger towns or cities nearby to do that. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of options. It's not like super like social, you know, like people usually do their thing, but like once in a while would have some events. Ich bin ein Orangensaft. Danke, Carsten, Grüße zurück oder auch einen schönen Abend an dich. Schönen Tag dir auch, Tugums, danke. Aus Mainz? Nice, Mainz war ich schon ein paar Mal. Ich habe da mal, oder immer noch, ich glaube, der wohnt immer noch dort, während der Studienzeit Freunde gehabt in Mainz. Und ich glaube, einer von denen wohnt immer noch dort, mit dem ich schon eher keinen Kontakt mehr hatte. Bamberg. Bamberg habe ich noch nie gehört. Name of the cat is Rusty. Weißwurst. Ja, Weißwurst ist lecker. I'm in South Africa. We never have many, or I don't think we ever had anyone from South Africa. Maybe I don't remember. The English is pretty good. Do most Germans have this level of English proficiency? Thank you, first of all. I don't know if my English is very good, but I would say a lot of like younger people have a really good English compared to many other countries, just because we have to have it in school or learn it in school. And then later on in university, I had to use a lot of English too. And since I'm here in America for 3 years now, I feel like it improved a little bit. Like my accent has gotten a little bit less thick. Like, of course, I still have like a German accent, right? The German accent will never go away. Like, you will always hear that. But it's been much stronger, believe it or not, before I got here. So I would say Germans are pretty proficient in English, but if they haven't lived in a country where you speak it all the time, or if you don't use it in your job, I feel like the accents will be very thick. So yeah, you can definitely have conversations with almost all Germans in English, I would say. I'm adding my butternut squash to my onions. Indonesia, nice. You like the strawberry? Thank you. I think I bought that in Germany last year or this year, and yeah, in summer actually. Ich will nicht weg. Ich komme aus dem Schwarzwald, Tugums. Aus dem Süden. Greetings to North Carolina, nice. Greetings, John Doe. Never been to North Carolina, only with a plane. Like I've flown to Charlotte a couple times, but I've never like got off the airport or out of the airport to see it or explore. But only heard good things about North Carolina. I'd love to visit one day. But yeah, I'm from Germany. No, they don't live in the USA. My family is still in Germany. That's why I usually try to fly back home like twice a year. But I already, hi, is that South African or is that Dutch? Mainz bleibt Mainz, man sieht sich, ne? Genau. Ne, es ist schon Abend bei euch. Ich wollte Ihnen einen schönen Tag wünschen, einen schönen Abend oder gute Nacht. Tugams. Hi, Wolf. Where you from? I'm from Germany, but I live in the United States. And this channel is usually just about if people from Germany want to ask me questions about living in the United States, or if people from the United States, if they are interested how life in Germany is, they can ask me questions, and I do vlogs from Germany. And the other way around. And I like doing camping videos and stuff, and cooking, and a lot of content is my cute dog. So people that have been here for a while, they will all have seen my dog. Was gibt's Leckeres zu essen, Ami? Heute gibt's Farfalle mit Butternusskürbis und Pesto-Soße. Heute geht das Mikro wieder. Was war letztes los? Ich habe letztes Mal, glaube ich, einen Anruf bekommen und dann, sobald man einen Anruf bekommt, während dem Livestream, geht der Ton aus, warum auch immer. Das ist so ein schlecht geregelt von YouTube, weil man kann ja manchmal nicht kontrollieren, ob man einen Anruf kriegt oder nicht, aber ja, der Ton war danach weg leider. Heute geht's wieder. And yes, you hear the cat in the background. There's definitely a cat running around being crazy. She's just, or he is meowing all day long sometimes. Like, sometimes I am like, he's like a little, you know. They told me at the shelter that he is a very vocal cat. So I wonder if there's something, you know, maybe mentally wrong with him, but because he has a very loud meow and a very weird meow sometimes, but he's a sweetie, and he gives belly massages sometimes, so he's a cute cat. Have you ever been to Greece? I really, really want to go to Greece. I've never been to Greece, no, but I would love to go. Yes, it's definitely Japan and Greece, and what's the other one? South Korea on my list. I want to go back to China too, so many places I want to see again, but yeah, not easy. Pin a comment where it's stated that you are German. I should, you're right. Yes. Or maybe I should add it to my rules. Like when people add the chat, it will automatically tell them in my welcome message. Oh, I think I should do that. That's a good idea. What kind of pesto sauce? So this time I'm using a pre-made one. Usually I like to do everything from scratch, but I'm using Barilla. I think it's like a red pepper pesto. I love red pepper. I like red pestos a little bit more than green pestos. So they usually like sun-dried tomatoes, pepper, like red bell peppers, and it has like a nice sweetness to it. I really like that. Danke, Martin. I want to study in German, get my master's there. Really nice being in the stream. It's my first time interacting with German. The first time? Really? Nice. Nice, yeah. That's a good idea, actually. Studying in Germany is always smart because, yeah, I think bachelor and master cost me like 8 grand, like all together. So it is really, really cheap over the course of time. You don't pay a lot of money, and the German government helps people out quite a bit to study in Germany. So they will partially pay you to go to university a little bit. Like you have to look into that. It also depends on your visa status and or if you live there, and has like a little bit of, you know, things you need to look into. But yeah, if you want to study and do your master's or bachelor's or anything, Germany is definitely a place I can recommend. And I would say our educational system is really good from what I can say, or what I've seen and heard or experienced myself. From how long have you lived in the USA? I lived here for about 3 years now, so yeah, roughly 3 years I would say. How about yourself, Clement? When did you leave Italy? You might have told me already, but my memory is not the best, so I'm sorry. Hi, Aman. Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing good. How about yourself? Ärgerlich, ja, ich kenne das von Kommentaren. Dass der App ging, alles war noch da und mittlerweile reicht ein Anruf und alles geschrieben ist weg. Yep, ist ein bisschen nervig aktuell, dass es bei YouTube noch nicht so gefixt wurde mit den, dass man die App auch mal verlassen kann und so zwischendurch, weil manchmal kann man nicht anders. So, ich würze mal kurz. Add some sea salt and black pepper. I told you that last time already, but I don't know, most of you can cook, but some that need tips, I would gladly give some tips. So while you're cooking, you would always want to make sure to salt and flavor every step of your cooking. Because if you only put salt into your food at the very end of cooking, it will not be the same. Like it will still be bland as much salt as you add, if you know what I mean. Like the vegetables, they don't taste like they've been salted. Like it will have like a little bit of bland flavor to it. So make sure to add enough spices. Gute Nacht, Patrick. Schlaf gut. Do you still have any family where you're from? In Germany, yes, I still have family there. I have my dad and my sister living over there, and then like aunts and cousins and all that. But yeah, still got family in Germany. So I'm trying to catch up with all the messages. Are you roasting bacon? That's sizzling hot sounds. I'm not roasting bacon, but I'm cooking, so you will hear some sizzling sounds. So actually the opposite of bacon, just vegetables. I like to eat as many veggies as possible. And I will cook meat once in a while if I cook for people. Like if I cook for like a bigger group of people, or for work. Sometimes we have a meeting and stuff, and I will cook for them or for everyone. So I sometimes do cook with meat, but for me personally, I like to eat plant-based or vegetarian. So that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna get my pesto real quick. Gibt es Aliens? Gute Frage. Das ist eine neue Dokumentation. There's a new documentary on Netflix, I think, about aliens. Like kind of like whistleblower kind of situation where people talk about their sightings, and I haven't seen it yet. I just saw the trailer for it. Was sind Aliens für dich? Metal? Warum spricht es Englisch? Warum spricht es Englisch? Waldpfanne. How many languages do they speak? They speak, it depends on how good you mean, but English, German, Chinese, Swedish, and I used to speak French, but not anymore. In Germany, is there still the Sunday's quiet rule, like no loud noises or banging, and you have to clear the snow from the front of your home? Mr. Challenger, yes. That sounds like someone that already lived in Germany, because you already know our very weird rules. And yes, there's still those rules. So everyone that has property that borders to like a public place, like a sidewalk, a street, or anywhere like a park, or anywhere where people that are not just you would use, you are required to clear the snow every morning. So of course there's like city people that will clear the snow too, but if your property is part of it or bordering there, you have to clear the snow on the property. So it's a very German thing. At 5 in the morning, you will hear the people scratching the snow from the ground, like with the snow shovels. It's a very nostalgic sound for me. So whenever, as a kid, for example, you would hear that sound, you knew that it snowed overnight. And I always loved that, because I was like, yes, it snowed. You don't even have to look out of the window. You just like hear it. And even if it's not snowing, you still have to clean the road. Like you have to like sweep it. So that's not a rule that we have. And yes, on Sundays, you're supposed to be quiet. You cannot throw away glass bottles. Like in Germany, you do recycling. So there's like recycling for glass bottles in every town or village. And for example, on Sunday, you couldn't throw in the glass bottles into recycling containers because it's too loud. So Germans are very specific about their quiet time and their peace. And they want to have like a day where it's like really quiet. And it can be really eerily quiet on Sunday. So if you're not used to that, if you come to Germany and it's a Sunday, it may look to you like the zombie apocalypse broke out and everyone's just hiding in the house, because it will be very empty on the streets and you won't hear any sounds. I went to Germany in summer, and I think I landed on Sunday. So I went to go to my sister's place, and I forgot it was Sunday. But the city was so empty, especially when you're in Nashville and you're so used to the crowd of people on the Broadway and all that. When you go to Germany on Sunday, it's just next level quietness or eeriness. And no, also can't vote in the USA. Ich habe einen Zungenbrecher. Frau von Hagen, darf ich wagen, Sie zu fragen, welchen Kragen Sie getragen, als Sie lagen, krank am Magen, im Spital zu Kopenhagen, ohne Klagen, ohne Zagen, ohne nur ein Wort zu sagen. Yay! I did it, I hope. Wasserqualität, nicer Name. Wasserqualität, komm nicht nach Amerika, wenn du auf die Wasserqualität achtest. Die ist hier nicht ganz besonders gut. Okay, I think I caught up with everything. Any common mistakes you find migrants do while talking in German? Well, yeah, there's definitely some mistakes that will identify you. Like your German can be as good as you want. If you make this mistake, so you know how in English we have the Florian, ich habe Sonne bestellt zum Streamen. Ist nicht gerade billig, aber ich habe den Tag mit mir verlängern lassen, damit ich Tageslicht hier habe. Nee, Spaß, ich bin nur in Amerika, deswegen ist es bei mir noch hell. Aber, back to your question, so if you do this mistake like so in German there's 3 so there's der, die, das, so the articles for a subject or like a noun. So each noun has its own article. It can be der, die, das. So you have to pick one of the 3. And if you make a mistake with those, we will definitely know that you're not a native speaker, which is not a problem, but that's definitely the most common mistake that people will make. If any German has another one that they think of, that's the first one I thought of when it's about people that are not native to Germany speak German. Guten Abend, Thomas. Wie trinkt ihr dort nun abgefülltes Wasser? Ich habe einen Wasserfilter. I have a water filter here in America, but the water is just terrible, especially in cities or, yeah, it depends on where you are. If the water levels are very low and depends on the source they get it from. There's many reasons, but it tastes very strong like chloride, kind of like not as strong as pool water, but it definitely, it will throw you off. As a German, when you come to America drinking tap water, especially where I'm from, like close to the Swiss Alps, our water tastes like bottled water, right? But if you come here to America, it will taste like chlorine. It tastes like you just took a sip from the pool. Stockholm, nice. Hey to Stockholm. Hur mår du? Welche Uhrzeit ist es bei euch? Bei uns ist es jetzt gleich 4. Thank you, Amber. You too. Yo, mehr bra. Nice. I'm getting my pasta real quick. I only have a little bit left, but I hope that will be enough. Let's back on real quick. Hi, Scarletta. Thank you. I'm sure you too. Don't drink tap water here unless you want to get sick. Oh, you mean in the USA? Yeah. I'm not a fan, to be honest. I cooked myself some tea, but I actually used the, what's it called, bottled water. I usually get like a big gallon of it, so I don't have to buy those mini plastic bottles because I'm not a fan of using like too much plastic, so I at least try to buy those big jugs of water, but it's still not great, I know. But yeah, please don't judge me, anyone German here, judging me for drinking bottled water or plastic water, but American water is just really gross. At least here. It might be different in like Washington or something, Washington State or anywhere with the mountains, you know. Like it could be much better over there. I haven't tried it there. Where in the US did you plant yourself? Dude, I planted myself in Tennessee. Wie lange bist du noch in Amerika und seit wann? Ich bin seit ungefähr 3 Jahren hier. I've been here in America for 3 years, roughly 3 years. But I usually go back to Germany like twice a year, if I can. Absolutely hate flying and the whole like traveling and being on a plane for so long. I really despise that. But Oscar, what are you doing? Not many options. Can't just take my bicycle there. I mean, I could make a good video, I guess, but love your accent. Thank you so much. Ah, Schatzi. I'll be back in a second. Oscar, what are you doing? My dog. Oh, we got Swedish here again. Hej, jag mår bra. Tack du. Du pratar svenska. Jag pratar svenska, liten svenska. Han heter Oscar. What's dog in Swedish again? What's dog in Swedish again? I forgot. Han är... Gammal? 12 years gammal. Oh man, my Swedish is so rusty. Oh man. I'm gonna practice our language more. But in the United States, everyone just speaks English, so yeah, I'm just speaking English all the time. It's not good. I know. Hi. I'll put you down, okay? I gotta keep cooking. Are you tired? You want a noodle? Oh, you want a pasta? Pasta? Did you just fart on stream? Did you guys hear that? Cute. Good? You like pasta? Yeah? Clement, if you're still here talking about pasta or seeing Oscar eat pasta, what is your favorite type of pasta? Like the shape of pasta and sauce with it. What's yours? Your go-to or your favorite? In Vienna, the tap water is great. Yeah, I believe it. I feel like there's definitely some places in Europe where I wouldn't want to drink the tap water, like Barcelona or like big cities, especially when the water level is pretty low. I think that really influences the water quality because they have to add a lot of chloride to that, I think. And when it's hot there, so that will also, you have to add more chloride. Oscar, yes. Hast du eigentlich ein Haus oder Wohnung in Amerika? Würde mich nur interessieren. Kein Haus. Haus ist mir aktuell zu teuer. Muss ich ein bisschen warten mit. Und sehe ich noch nicht so ein, so viel Geld für ein Haus auszugeben. Oscar looks very young. Only the eyes give away his real age, right? Yeah, his grayish eye color, I know. My dog's name is Oscar. He's a wild man. He sure is. My favorite pasta is farfalle with salmon and panna da cucina. In the US, I use heavy whipping cream. That sounds great. I love pasta with salmon. So is it like, do you know creme fraiche, Clement? In Germany, I always use creme fraiche. But it's funny, coincidence that I'm making farfalle today. I'm not sure why a romance movie would need to be in 3D. You're gonna see Magic Mike XXL, the IMAX. I heard about that. Someone told me about that. I haven't even heard that there's like gonna be a new version or like 3D. I'm not a fan of the Magic Mike movies at all, but I'm sure it's entertaining, so why not? Enjoy in 3D on the big screen. Any special reason you shifted to the US? Oh, that's my dog. just for love reasons, you know, like in a movie. The typical, that's usually why people move. Either a really good job offer or for love. Wise man said only fools. Cream fresh, let me check. Yeah, creme fraiche, dude. Exactly. Pineapple and pasta. What? Pineapple and pasta. I never had that before, and I don't know if I want to, but I mean, I'm experimental, but I like pineapple on pizza. But pasta, I mean, would probably be the same thing then. Adding my farfalle. And some olive oil. That is from Italy. Yay. Hi killers, welcome back. Long time no see. My favorite type of pasta is macaroni. My favorite pasta meal is mac and cheese. Wow, Martin, you should move to America then if mac and cheese is your favorite, because that's a very normal thing here, or you see that everywhere. You can get mac and cheese in every restaurant. I feel like in Germany I didn't really eat mac and cheese, I think. First time was here in America, honestly. Hi Jeff. Finally I could catch ya. Yes, I know you've been saying that you missed the stream again, so I'm glad you made it. Wie bist du in den USA hängen geblieben, statt zurück nach Alemannia? Manchmal gehe ich schon zurück nach Alemannia. I do travel back to Germany once in a while, and I always enjoy it, and I always go to the bakery first, of course. I extra get up early in the morning, usually when I'm still jet lagged and I can't sleep anywhere, so usually go to the bakery at 6 a.m. or even earlier and look for my warm pretzels with butter or pastries. Oh, so good. Butterbrezel, lecker, lecker, lecker. Esse ich jeden Tag, wenn ich in Deutschland bin. I'm doing good. How about yourself, killers? Ciao, Danny. Ciabiatti. I love Italian names. They're so beautiful. I wish if I could pick what accent I would have or what language I grew up with, it would be Italian. I think it's the most beautiful language to speak. Käsespätzle are the German mac and cheese. Yeah, Käsespätzle sind so superior. Käsespätzle are like very superior over mac and cheese in my opinion. Like they're so delicious. I feel like we need to do a Käsespätzle stream here. Did I already do that? I don't know. Probably not. But I want to. Moin, Togums. Das war ein kurzes Schläfchen, ha? Ist schon morgen bei dir jetzt. Hi, Shuriken. Hi, brother. Doing good. How about yourself? How did everything go today, Shuriken? Panna da cucina is like heavy whipping cream, but thicker. On the other hand, creme fraiche has a more distinctive taste. Yeah, it's more like sour, I guess, kind of like sour cream. Panna cucina, so like heavy cream. I got you. Oh yeah, I used to make salmon pasta with just heavy cream, not panna da cucina, but just a little thinner. But I love that. So good. With some cherry tomatoes in it. Put some more acidity and some like chunks of garlic. Yum. You had to move to another city in the UK. Ooh, nice. Good for you, killers. Good to hear. Hi, Kamal. Thank you. Welcome back, my friend. How are you doing? I'm fine, I hope you're doing well. Also ich bin am Überlegen, in New York City Taxifahrer zu machen. Ja, nein. Ich würde sagen, Tourgums, falls es ernst gemeint ist, wahrscheinlich nicht. Aber man macht, glaube ich, echt richtig gutes Geld. Besonders wenn du dich hervorheben würdest als Deutscher, weil Leute wahrscheinlich gerne mit Deutschen plaudern würden. Ich glaube, das wäre ein richtig gutes Geschäft. Und in New York gibt es so viele kleine Flughäfen außerhalb, die keine U-Bahn-Verbindung haben. So I think someone asked if they should do a taxi driver as a German in America, in New York. And I know there's La Gorilla, I think. Gorilla, is that the word? The name of the airport in New York. That doesn't have a subway connection, so you have to get a taxi or like an Uber. So if you would drive there, I feel like you would probably make a fortune. But if anyone has advice for our German friend here, the Italian accent in English sounds terrible. You think so? I think it sounds so cute. I feel like German sounds terrible. See, we both think our accent is terrible. I feel like every person has like an accent and it's not a native speaker to the place they live. They always feel like it sounds terrible. But yeah, I'm doing good, Kamal. Thank you for asking. I hope you too. Käsespätzle like awesome. Exactly. Pretty much. Good summary. I'm doing well, but I'm covered in wood chips. I need to jump in the shower. I'll be back in a few. Of course, sure you can. Take your time. Wood chips. These wood smells good. I use wood chips for the cat's bathroom because it smells good. There. Oh je. Ich weiß, was das bedeutet. I know what that means, but I'm not gonna translate it. I can show you. Are you trying to eat this? So I got those little things on my bag. My sister gave that to me. It's super cute, isn't it? But whenever Oscar walks past it, he thinks it's a toy. Oscar, please don't ruin it. No, not this one. I love this one. No, you can't have it. No, you can't have that. Oscar, can I have something for myself? You have so many toys. Oscar, no. No, you have so many toys. You don't need that one too. So rude. Oh, sorry. Ugh. I'm like a grandma sometimes with my phone. It's like, why do I turn it around? What language is that? It's English, yes. That's indeed English. Enjoy this. Thank you, Kamal. I appreciate it. Tatsächlich schon, weil ich war hier Taxifahrer. Du warst schon Taxifahrer? Ach so, in Deutschland, okay. 22 habt ihr Lizenz und alles. Ja, mach doch, Tugams. Alles ist besser als in Deutschland, wenn es ums Geld verdienen geht. Manche Sachen nicht, aber mach das auf jeden Fall. Wie cool wird das bitte? Und sag mir dann Bescheid, wo du arbeitest. Dann mache ich sicher nächstes Mal, wenn ich nach New York gehe, dass ich bei dir mitfahre. Gibt's Trinkgeld. Look like Megan from Cat's Eye. Is that another K-pop band? Some people in the last stream there was 5 people. After one, like independently, they told me I look like Felix from Stray Kids. It's like a Korean K-pop band, like a guy band. And I'm like, I look like a Korean guy. Okay, thank you. Oh well, I took it as a compliment. Sometimes you just gotta take things the way you want them to be, you know, or you just take it away. That makes you feel good. Hi, Asan. Auf machen wir? Gut, machen wir so. Machen wir ein Business in New York. Du fährst Taxi und ich mache mein YouTube und frage die Leute, warum sie in New York sind. Mach mein YouTube-Dings draus. Gib dir jetzt ein Abo, erwarte Trinkgeld. Kriegst du Togams, danke. Und eines Tages. Aber mach echt, das wäre eine richtig, richtig krasse Idee. Und selbst wenn es nichts wird, wenn es dir nicht gefällt, kannst du sagen, du hast es probiert in New York. Und in New York macht es jeder. Everyone can do it. Do it in New York? That sounds very wrong. Everyone can make it in New York. And I guess do it, but make it in New York. That's what I was trying to say. Sorry. I'm not a native speaker. So sometimes I will say very weird things. I'm mixing my pasta real quick. I'm actually not hungry. I'm from New York City. What a coincidence. Because we just talked about that. Someone from Germany was thinking about moving to New York City to do taxi driving there. So does that sound like a good idea? I think it would be. I was speaking German, Eddie. My race, I don't know, German potato. New York City is good for taxi, right? That's what I was thinking. Yeah, let's all move to New York. Why not? Although the housing might be really expensive here, so I don't know how that will work out. Everyone can make it in New York. I guess, maybe not everyone. Well, yeah, probably not everyone, because there's quite a few people living in New York, and not all of them are probably very successful. But, you know, at least you can try, because you always should try. If you feel like you need to do something, you will not regret it later on, because, yeah, regret is probably the worst thing. Everyone can make it in New York City. If you really want to, and if you get some luck, some support, and you have some wits and brains, I think so. Even homeless can make it in New York City. I don't know. But thank you, Kamal. Do you want to go to New York City to be a taxi driver? Hope you got... Oh, it depends on where you're doing it. I think if you're just really doing it from the airport, because people coming out of the airplane are probably not very dangerous, because they just got checked at the security check. So I think if you're just doing like airport driver from airport to city, and like you just do that route, I feel like that would be a pretty safe gig. But can be a bodyguard. I wasn't thinking about doing it excessive. Someone here in the chat, a German new subscriber, was talking about it. Who's Brie Larson? Is that I heard the name before, but gotta put you like a little bit more straight here. Did I miss any link messages? Some of the messages are really interesting. Could you please give me your body count so I get like a moral overview over you? Interesting question. Never heard that here on YouTube. Maultaschen, type of filled pasta available for purchase in the USA from Burger. Noch nicht. Was der Qualität? Tatsächlich noch nicht. But yeah, I'm just trying to see if I missed any message. Yeah, there's no Maultaschen here in America, unfortunately. I miss that a lot, because I love to cook with Maultaschen. It's just such a easy meal. Homeless shelters are not even close to nice. Yeah, not really. How old are you? You look like 22, but the way you talk is 32. Thank you. I guess that's a compliment. Appreciate it. She told me she was like 77. Yeah, I'm as old as, you guessed me. I'm not, I have friends from the age of 22 to 87. So I don't feel like age is just such a, like a thing that society just has made up. Like, of course, age is important for certain things, don't get me wrong, like, you know, like a minimum age and that, all that stuff. But I feel like it took such a big thing in society for no reason. Body count is a normal question in New York City. Oh, I'm glad I live in Nashville then. I'm sure when you're homeless, you save a lot of no food, no clothes, no bills you don't need. Well, yeah, I guess. Although I think a lot of people that don't have a house, they will still have a phone and a phone bill. And I think there's some kind of support from the government if you're homeless, right? You will still get like, you can get disability, or social security money, right? Like some welfare. I'm not an expert on that, but I know there's definitely some help that you can ask for. Tunisia, nice. Hi, Taha. They put you in housing after a while. Yeah, I guess if you really want help, there's definitely ways to get it. I'm trying not to judge if people don't get that help or if they don't look for it, because some people are just in a very, very bad mental state, or they have like addictions and stuff, and it always seems so easy as an outside perspective, like why don't they just get help, but some people are just really so effed to the point where they don't even give an F about themselves anymore and their situation. So it's always, I feel like people need to have a little bit of compassion with people having like different situations and having different mindsets or struggles that we don't really see. You changed a lot, money has corrupted you. I know, right? Yeah. And that's true. If you work for a food bank, you will change your whole personality. Like you will not be the same person anymore, because it's just such a job where you make the big bucks. That's true. What state are you in? I'm in Tennessee. Relaxer. Speak French. Un peu. Würde sagen, ich habe mir, wenn du in New York City bist. Du sagst mir Bescheid, wenn du in New York bist, Togams am besten. Dann kannst du einfach hier kommentieren oder im Chat Bescheid sagen, dass ich Bescheid weiß. Moin, Analyst Anna Alentiska. I'm just gonna call you Anna. Wenn es okay ist, Anna, sage ich einfach Anna. I became the villain. Yes, I know. Yeah, just making the big bucks, the food bank. I'm just gonna keep all the food for myself, just acting like I'm giving it out to people. So, I changed, I guess. Schatzi. Nicht mehr kratzen. Aber ja, willkommen, Anna. Schön, dich hier zu sehen. Ich glaube, du warst zuerst bei Markus' Kanal, oder? So habe ich dich, glaube ich, ein paar Mal in den Kommentaren gesehen, wenn ich mich richtig erinnere. Okay, get the pasta. So, I'm going to show you my pumpkin pasta. Warum streamen Leute, wie sie schlafen? Pief, das weiß ich auch nicht. Tatsächlich, wenn ich durch meinen YouTube-Feed durchscrolle, sehe ich ganz oft Leute, wie sie schlafen und Schlafmasken und so anhaben. Es ist sehr, sehr interessant. Ja, aber es gibt sehr viele Leute, die sich das anschauen. We just talked about why some people... Verfalle, yes. We just talked about why some people stream that they're when they're sleeping. I mean, it's good money if you're at the point where YouTube pays you for like watch hours and stuff, and you just stream like an 8-hour stream, like you sleeping. You don't even have to do anything, and you just like, people watch it. Why not? Would I do it? Never, but who am I to judge? Thank you, Shuriken. Are you vegan? I used to be vegan in Germany, and when I lived in China, as good as I can. I slipped up one time in Mongolia because there wasn't anything vegan, and I didn't want to die, so I did eat something there wasn't. But yeah, I was for 4 years, I think, yeah, 4 years, and then I came to America, and I turned into a vegetarian just because in Tennessee, when you're on the go, there's not many vegan options. So yeah, now I eat more vegetarian. But yeah, different countries, different things, different cuisine or customs. Kommentarbericht ist jetzt Eigentum der Bundesrepublik Deutschland. Kenne ich schon den Spruch. Waren Sie schon mal in Baden-Württemberg? Das sind immer die Sprüche, die ich kriege von Deutschen. Oder from Turkey. Lecker Nudeln. Danke, Anna. You live in Germany. I live in the United States, but I am from Germany. But yeah, the pasta is really good actually. It's still al dente. It still has like a little bite to it, like not like crunchy. Like you don't want the insides to be hard still, unless you like that. But it's just not soggy or anything. It's like really, really tasty. I wish I could give you all a bite. What's up? Schatzi. No scratching. Maybe sweet. Du hast noch nie Shorts Live-Format gesehen? Echt, Feta? Feta, delicious by the way. Feta cheese, best cheese. So like your name. Feel better now. My hands are tired, but I feel great. Everything tomorrow is in place. Christmas woodworking is finished. Wow, nice. Deserves a clap, Shuriken. That sounds really good because now you can just lean back and enjoy the festivities. So that's neat. Happy for you. Passt das? Was passt? Die Nudeln? Die passen. Sehr gut sogar. Favorite food you would recommend for people visiting Germany? Depends what you like. If you like to eat meat, no meat, or if you like a sausage fan, or I would say you definitely have to try, if you eat meat, currywurst. It sounds weird. It's like curry sausage. So it's not literally a curry. It's not like an Indian curry or something, but it's like usually like a beef sausage that is fried. So it's like kind of crispy outside, and then they cut it into little pieces, and then they make like a ketchup sauce with curry. It has like a little bit of spice to it. So it's like ketchup with curry powder, and it's also a little bit sweet. So it's a very distinguished meal, or distinctive meal that Germans like. It's an acquired taste, I guess, but I've never met anyone that doesn't like it. So currywurst, I would say. Pretzels, highly underrated, because pretzels, they always seem so, you know, like it's just a pretzel. But if you ever had a good butter pretzel, it's so good. I remember showing someone a butter pretzel for the first time, and they're like, should I really get a butter pretzel? There's so much other stuff here that looks delicious. I was like, you need to get one butter pretzel in your life, like in the morning when it's still warm, fresh out of the oven. So the outside is like super crispy and the inside is soft and warm. And then there's like this huge layer of butter on it. Can't beat that. It's so good. So definitely that. Käsespätzle. There's many things actually that I would recommend. How do you take care of plants indoors? I used to be really, really bad with indoor plants actually, for the longest time. But now I'm kind of surrounded by them. Like I have quite a few, and I usually got them from friends or from people, like neighbors that got rid of theirs, and they just threw them out next to the trash and want to get rid of them. So I usually just take those home and make sure they're growing again. I get plant babies from people that have plants, because I don't like buying them, because it's like a little bit of like an environmental issue with buying plants that I have. So I usually just get babies from other people that have plants, and then I just make them grow bigger, and that's how I have all my plants here. Feta auf die 1, ja, das stimmt. Aber nee, ich check das hier alles null. Hier hängen Atzen mit 100 Zuschauern rum. Das stimmt tatsächlich, ja. Diese Shorts-Livestream-Formate sind echt richtig, richtig krass unterwegs. Keine Ahnung, wie manche 1000 Zuschauer aufs Mal kriegen und so. Vor allem, wenn sie gar nichts machen. Oder, ja, keine Ahnung. Sehr interessant auf jeden Fall. Insta. Ich benutze momentan kein Insta mehr. 2 Grams. Also hier Kommentar ist wahrscheinlich das Einfachste. For how many years oder Livestream in Kontakt bleiben. How many years have you been studying Mandarin? And why did you start learning it? How many years? Maybe 6 altogether. 5? Something like that. And why did you start learning it? I started doing biology in university, but I realized pretty fast that I am not great with science because I'm a noob with math. Like I'm really bad with maths. So it was really a torture for me, like because the first year of biology just had everything with math, like chemistry, biophysics, physics, everything was just maths all day long. And I mean, there were some things that were not math, but like 20% maybe. The rest was just really just maths and formulas. And I just couldn't do it. It was just not great, and I knew it's not gonna change much. So I switched my major, and I was like, what else am I interested in? And it's languages. So I was always interested in China or Asian languages or Asian cultures, especially East Asian. So when I saw that my university offered Chinese, I just switched to Chinese, and I loved it. So yeah, I love your sweater. It looks comfy. Thank you. It is very comfy. I bought it in Germany in summer. It's a 15-pound bird this year, and I'm used to doing 20 pounds. Need to be careful. Oh wow, 20 pounds. That's a huge one. Yeah, it's different cooking time and all that. So I'm sure it'll be great, Shuriken. I'm not worried about it. Döner. Oh, yeah, Döner. Danke, Feta. Going back to your question, what you should try in Germany. Butter pretzel, currywurst, and Döner. It's like a Turkish dish that you will see at every corner, no matter where you are. So you will definitely find that without problem. It's delicious. It's probably my favorite food in Germany, actually, even though it's Turkish. What is the price of 1 kilogram chicken in your place? 1 kilogram chicken? That's a good question. I don't buy chicken very often unless I cook for Oscar, my dog. A kilogram? Probably like $15, something like that. Maybe 20. Probably $20. Love pasta. Sending hugs to little Oscar. Thank you, miss you. Gotta check back to work. Of course. Thank you for checking in. Greetings back from Oscar and hugs. He's laying down right now. Hi, school. I'm doing good. How about yourself? How's Dubai, or where you're at right now? Any cool place you're at right now? Probably, I assume. Your plans always look awesome, thank you. My attempts usually don't go well, but my basil plant is still doing great. I think the pot that Ben made for me is somehow keeping it healthy. Maybe the basil plant just feels so appreciated and so special that it got put in that homemade planting pot for you, that it's like I have to survive, like no matter what. No matter what he's doing to me, no water, too much water, I have to make sure I appreciate this pot. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, my German accent, yes, I do have a German accent, I know. Nothing I can do about it. Hi Jala, to Algeria, nice. Hi Marianne, Grüße, willkommen zurück. Wie geht's? Alles gut in Deutschland? Do Indian movies get released in Germany? I think the only Indian movie I ever really watched in Germany was probably Slumdog Millionaire and Monkey Man, I think. Might have been like another one. But there's this Indian version of Forrest Gump, and it's actually really good. I watched that a year ago, I think, and slightly obsessed. It was really good. I apologize for eating in stream, by the way. I know some people don't like that, but I'm just very hungry, so I'm munching away. The stream has very comfy vibes. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to achieve. I'm not trying to achieve it, but that's what I like myself. So I'm trying to keep it comfy here, so everyone feels welcome. And yeah, I don't like doing like any like weird crazy stuff where I like pour ketchup over my head or stuff like that. You see in some live streams, and people just scream to get more attention and stuff. I'm just not about that lifestyle. So I'm glad you enjoy it. It might be boring for some, but if you're about the cozy vibes, just chill vibes, I'm glad you enjoy it. That must be it. I've been harvesting from the basil also, and still it thrives. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. Thanks for the hearts, by the way. I see it and I appreciate it. With the basil, you probably already know that, so I don't need to tell you. But just in case you haven't, because there's always the possibility, when you harvest basil, make sure to take the basil from the top, like clip it off on the top and not the bottom leaves, because basil grows, I mean everything grows like this as a plant, but basil has those mini baby leaves that will grow into bigger leaves eventually. So what I learned in Italy and Croatia, I think, was it Croatia? Someone, like a gardener, I think it was in Croatia or Italy, told me how to harvest basil. You always take it off the top and not like the bottom leaves, because I used to take the bottom leaves. I was like, I'll leave the upper ones alone so it grows bigger, but actually it's like the opposite, what I heard. So take it with a grain of salt. I don't know if it's actually true, but this person had a massive basil field. Basically, it was like a like a terrace when you stepped out of the kitchen, and it was beautiful. It was like a rock, like a stone wall, like everything was made out of rocks, like beautiful, and you could see over the Mediterranean Sea, far away, not so close. I'm not rich. I had to book my Airbnb a little bit further away from the ocean, but I could see it far away, and there was like olive trees all over, and they had like basil growing next to the terrace. Like it was like a hedge basically, just full of basil. So I'm pretty sure this person knew how to do it. And I'm very confident in that person, or he seemed very confident in what he was saying. We're closer to 2050 than 2000. How does this make you feel? Aureliano, not good, to be honest. I keep talking about that here, that I feel like time is just passing by or going by so much faster, and I don't know if that's actually happening or if that's just what we think. It's just part of like getting older, having like a routine and not just, you know, being like a teenager anymore, where your life just changes automatically and everything just feels more like faster, and yeah, I don't know, it's always the same, I guess. Like you have like a daily routine that probably contributes to that feeling. But yeah, it's crazy that we're closer to 2050. I don't like that, to be honest. Forrest Gump is the best Indian version. And oh, you didn't like the Indian version? I liked it actually. I should make a movie with Oscar, my dog, because he's so grumpy, and I should call it Forrest Grump. I think that would be a good one. He's just such a grumper. So at the moment I call him Mr. Grumps. Speaking of Indian movies, everyone should watch Life of Pi. It's so good. Oh yeah, you're right, that one. That's also an Indian movie I watched, yeah. It is a great movie. Very true. Thank you, Kasak, for reminding us. Es geht soweit gerade in der Prüfungsphase. Kapitänspatenten. Lernerei, kann es gar nicht erwarten, dieses Schiff zu verlassen. Oh krass, Kapitänspatenten. Ach ja, du arbeitest ja mit Schiffen, das habe ich ganz vergessen. Ich finde das so cool. Ich liebe Schiffe. Ich bin zwar nur auf Fähren bisher mitgefahren, aber Schiffe sind echt cool. Generell diese Seefahrt und sowas sehr beeindruckend. Hi Chester. Hello, hello. Selbstständigkeit gelernt und betreibe mein Langeweile auf YouTube. Sounds like a German mom accent. Was that right? German mom accent. I mean, I'm German. I'm not a mom, but I'm German. That part was right. What's popping? I heard you want to behave like grandmas. I didn't say to behave like grandma. What I mean by that is like people just drop comments sometimes where I'm like, would you say that to my face? Like if you or anyone, like would you like bump into a person on the street and just say that to the person's face? Or if your grandma was around. So of course you don't have to talk like grandma, but it's like a little bit of like your own personal filter. I feel like people should keep in mind that if you wouldn't say something to a person's face in real life, or if someone's grandma was nearby, then it might not be a great idea to say it in general. But that's just like a thought that I had. I probably don't always stick to that rule, but I just thought I'm gonna implant that thought a little bit into the chat, because I definitely do get a lot of weird comments here sometimes. Meine Chefs sind China und Nordkorea, aber die Systeme hier in Deutschland werden. You look like you make music. Am I wrong? I did play guitar for a while. I haven't played in a very long time. They're in the corner over there. And I did during the COVID period or era, I did try to come up with some songs, and I did actually know okay, but not like at the point where I would show it to anyone. I just did it for myself. But I enjoyed that period of my life, I guess, because I'm an introvert, so everyone having to stay at home, having time for themselves, I was like, oh man, this is actually pretty cool. And I felt bad because I know a lot of people hated it and they were suffering, being stuck with themselves all day, but I was thriving. I loved it. So I'm sorry for everyone that didn't like it, but yeah. Thanks so much for the tip, sister. I can use all that you can give me, but I have been harvesting the big leaves from the top for the most part. Nice. Some seemed like the right thing to do. Good. You had this natural, the basil told you what to do, maybe. Maybe it was like telepathy. What's your ethnicity? German potato, Hassan. See you next time. I'm happy Thanksgiving to you and your husband. P.S. The bottom basil leaves are older and more hard. That's true. They have like a very like medicinal flavor, like a very like essential oily flavor. I don't really enjoy that either. So yeah, good tip. Very true. But yeah, same to you, Clement. Thank you so much. I wish you happy Thanksgiving and your family, and I hope it's not gonna be too stressful for you, and you can enjoy the time with your loved ones, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, Clement. I'm from Birmingham, United Kingdom. Hi, Andy. Andy the man from the UK. That probably sounded very weird. I don't even know why I said that. I'm sorry. Make time for a hobby that is outdoors. I do have a hobby that is outdoors. I go camping quite often and hiking. In summer pretty much all the time. In fall a little bit less because the weather in Tennessee is a little bit crazy. But yeah, I do have a lot of outdoorsy hobbies. I love being outside. Forrest Gump, you like that one? I'm glad. I really appreciate how Rika takes time to read the live comments. Well, you guys take time to watch and text or type the comments, so I at least want to make sure I read it. I can always, like when it's too busy, like last time we had like 5,000 people or so and I was not able to even read half of the comments. But if it's a chill stream like today, I'm definitely always trying to read all of them. Unless they're naughty, then I don't read them out, of course. Hi, Rolla. Grüße nach Deutschland. You're not my father. Hey, that's funny. How did you know that? Actually, like I had an email address that was called I'm not your father. So yeah, I'm not your father. That is very true. Do you have a lot of friends? Can you help out one of them? Who has made a good impact in your life? I would say all of my friends actually. made a good impact on my life. Who made the best impact on my life? I hope none of my friends is watching that. I don't want anyone to feel offended if I don't mention those. The best impact. Depends. There's some that are like super funny and have a great sense of humor, and they just made me laugh until I felt like I'm about to die. So I feel like they definitely contributed in a good way in my life, just making me laugh and helping me through some tougher times. Then I also have the ones that would kick my butt if I need it, that are very like, did you practice for your exam? Did you already finish your housework or homework? Did you book your flight? That are really like, can be annoying, but they like meant it in a good way. Like they just wanted to help and make sure, because they know I'm like a scatterbrain sometimes. So I feel like they all have like their own strength and value they bring to my life. But then again, like of course they have a value without just improving my life, outside of that, of course. So I appreciate all of them. Yeah, it's hard to just mention one. I feel like that'd be unfair. I like how you say you're an introvert but also stream for the world. You must be one of the most extroverted introverts. I don't know about that. I feel like trust me, it took me a lot. The first live stream was really hard for me. I would say the first 10 live streams or so were really awkward for me. Just talking without seeing the other person or having someone with me. That definitely took a while for me to get used to. But I really enjoy it now, and I was like probably the shyest kid in school. But the older I got, I think moving to China when I was pretty young really helped me to get out of my shell and just learn how to just talk and ask for help or ask for the way. You just like get kicked out of your comfort zone and get thrown into the cold water. I feel like that helped me a lot. So I'm glad I did that, because I think if I didn't do that, I would still be much more introvert. And nothing wrong with that, of course. Introverts, extroverts, both is great. And I would say most of my friends are actually introverts. Ich bin mal wieder los, morgen wieder 8 Stunden Vortrag anhören. Oh je, das tut mir leid, Marianne. Ich kenne die Zeiten noch gut in der Uni. Du schaffst das, viel Spaß oder viel Erfolg. Schlaf nicht ein. Danke dir. Do you know your personality type? Yes, I do, but let me think. It's definitely an I. INT. Oh man. INTJ? Nee. INFT? Something like that. It's definitely starting with an I and an N, I think. I have to look into that again. It was like years ago when I did that. I seem very bright. It's always the shy people that have things worth to say. Oh, that's very sweet of you. INFJ, same here. Yay, nice. I get the feeling from you. And I agree what you said. I feel like in school, like the super loud extrovert people, that like the cool people that everyone just thought were like super they weren't necessarily fun, to be honest. I feel like they weren't very, very fun. Like the fun people were usually the ones that were more like quiet, and if you talk to them like in private, they would be really fun and make you laugh. But the loud ones, not always, I would say. But of course, it also depends on the person. I can't just generalize it like that. But I always loved hanging out with the introverts, or like the nerds, so to say, or I hate those like generalizations and those like putting people into those you know what I mean. But yeah, usually I would hang out with the ones that didn't have like the huge friend group or weren't like super popular, because they were usually really interesting and fun, and they had a lot of cool things to say or cool hobbies or something like that. Bonjour à tous, comment allez-vous, mon présenteur préféré? Bonjour, Bob Marley. We got Bob Marley in the house, his ghost. I always get INFJ when I take those tests. Don't know. Oh, you get it too? INFJ? Nice. 3 INFJs in the house already. How cool. Does anyone else know theirs? I don't know if it's like super accurate. I feel like, I don't know if it's super accurate, but I guess, I mean, it's quite a few questions, right? Especially when you do it multiple times and you always get the same result. Same with like, if you're trying to find out your Hogwarts house. Does anyone know theirs? And you always end up with the same one. I had a friend, or I have a friend, she never watched Harry Potter for the longest time, so I forced her to watch Harry Potter with us. And so we watched Harry Potter for the first time, and she just found out about the houses like Slytherin and Hufflepuff and all that. And we took those tests, like what house we're in, and she was Slytherin. And she was like, I can't be Slytherin, they're kind of mean. So she didn't want to be Slytherin, and she took it again, she was Slytherin again. I think we did it like 4 times, every time she was Slytherin. And then we did the Patronus as well, and she was Slytherin, and she had a Patronus that was like the double-headed snake. I was like, okay. So I was a little scared of her after that, but you know what I mean. Not really, it was just more funny. But I just didn't expect that, to be honest. Personally feel that till the age of 8 or 10 it's our parents who build our personality, but after that our life success or failures depends on the friends whom we hang out with. Would you agree? I would 100% agree on that. Yes, it's definitely the people we hang out with, our social circle, because I think there's like a saying that the 5 people you hang out with the most will shape your personality, or yeah. And I could already say that just me being in the USA has also changed some things, like certain words that I would say, or even my sense of humor a little bit, because first I had a really hard time with American sense of humor, even though it's hard to generalize that, I know. Everyone has a different humor, but I mean, you can say that German humor is a little bit different from American humor, I would say. So yeah, it definitely changes you, like your environment, the people you're with, your friends especially. So I think there's also the saying that show me your best friends and I know who you are, right? Because they kind of reflect your personality and you influence each other. So if you are with a boyfriend or girlfriend or a friend or anyone in between or under, like it doesn't have to be boy or, you know what I mean. So I try to include everyone, of course. But if you date a person and you hate all their friends, or you like those friends are like all like really mean or weird or just like a-holes, chances are that the person you're with is also kind of like that, or those people, but you don't see it because you're in love with this person. So I would say I wouldn't say it's a red flag if all the friends of this person are bad or not nice or just mean, but it's definitely something to look out for, I think, or like an indicator of like how this person actually is, I would say. But tell me if you see it differently. Does anyone in chat know their Breaking Bad character? I got Jesse, which Breaking Bad character. You love Breaking Bad too? Nice. Kasok, you got a good taste. Breaking Bad is my probably, I wouldn't say it's my favorite show. I think it's the best show I've ever seen. Storyline, production, actors, and all that. But there's definitely like multiple shows that I would say are really great. But for different reasons, like depends on what mood you're in. So, but Breaking Bad is definitely an amazing show. Everyone needs to see that one. ENTJ, cool, nice. Got ENTJ in the house. I was I don't know, when I was younger, I was like, I want to be an extrovert too. So I have one friend that's ENTJ, I think. And I always thought he was an introvert, but he is actually an extrovert. So yeah, I think it's really interesting, those tests with the personalities. sometimes you don't expect someone to be a certain one. I think I get Ravenclaw on those tests. Nice, that's cool. A lot of people from what I heard want to be Ravenclaw, but most people get Hufflepuff, I think. Doesn't our personality also affect who we want to hang out with? Yeah, true. Because you would want to feel comfortable, so you're looking for people that are like you, I guess, or make you feel good, or are morals too. Exactly. It's hard to hang out with someone that has like completely opposite morals than you, or at least that would be really. You'd have to be a very tolerant person. I mean, good for anyone that can do that, because sometimes I think it would be great if we actually hung out with people that are a little bit like meaner than us, or have like not so good morals in our opinion, so we could shape them into or help them to like have like better morals, if you know what I mean. But then again, you put yourself above them, which is also not great. No one should do that, of course, but I agree, Kazak. INTJ. In my opinion, good parents will teach their kids how to choose their social circle correctly. Yeah, true, but I feel like free choice, right? It's like what this whole world is based on, this free choice. And as much as you try to like push someone to like rather hang out with these people instead of those, or certain type of person, I feel like they will always find a way to hang out with the people they want to hang out with, to begin with, because I feel like you can't really force that on anyone. But yeah, of course, it's important as a parent that you like give them good morals, and they will hopefully look for the people that have like similar morals and all that. Shaping wisdom, especially in the teenage years. Yeah, I agree. No wonder I feel so weird. She may be ENFJ. I'm not an EN, I'm an I. I'm not, like it might seem like I'm more extrovert because of me streaming, but I'm actually really not. I'm really like an introvert at heart. Like I can 100% say that. I know my friends say that they think I'm an extrovert, but I know myself, like I was the shyest kid you could imagine. I would always like read my books by myself. I would not like to play with children, stuff like that. So I'm definitely an introvert at heart. That just learned how to be more extrovert and more social. But yeah, you will never get introvert out of me. That will always be my personality. Lyrics. Talk to me about your childhood. Oh, that's a very deep topic, isn't it? What is it that Ravenclaw has? It's just, Hogwarts, like Harry Potter, like this magical school, like you can like, select your house or be selected into houses. It's just a test, like what house you would belong to. Kind of also like a personality test a little bit, but of course not even close to the official one. I always found myself hanging around people much older than me, like 20, 30 plus year age gap. That is so funny. I literally have friends, Kazakh, that are like 40 plus, 60 plus, 80 plus. I love hanging out with, not calling anyone 40, like old, of course, but like someone 70, 80, of course, they're older, considered older. I always loved hanging out with like older people. That's why, so for those who don't know, like I do a yoga class or stretching and exercise class with old people for like older ladies, like seniors. And I have the best time ever hanging out with them, just having conversations and learning from them and like hearing about their lives. And yeah, I love that. Or when I had like boyfriends, I would always love hanging out with the grandparents and just eating lunch with them and just hearing their stories and all that. I feel like it's always so chill and interesting. And I always felt like that too, Kazakh. I can totally agree with that. Whenever I was a teenager, I would never really enjoy hanging out with other teenagers unless I really like them and they're like introvert too and like fun and stuff. But I always feel like I was always more at ease with older people. So I understand that totally. When I was younger, and nowadays too sometimes. Fun fact, INFJs are actually the most extroverted introverts. We run our social batteries dry. Oh really? Okay, I see, I learned something. But yeah, there's also like this question, I think, in a test, right? If you hang out with people, does it make you feel... I'm gonna turn on the lights real quick. Does it like drain your batteries if you hang out with people, or does it charge your batteries? I think that's also like something that just makes a big distinction or difference. So some people really drain their energy when they're with people, and it really costs them a lot of energy. But actually, I actually gain a lot of energy when I'm with the right people that charge my battery. But there's also ones that really drain me. Like if someone is like super socially awkward, like to the degree where even if I really try to make them feel at ease or comfortable, they still can't. That can sometimes drain my energy a little bit, because I'm trying to adapt to their energy, right? And then that will drain my energy a little bit if I have to adapt. But if we're all on the same wavelength, it's like super recharging for me to hang out with people. I was talking about your extrovert friend. Do you know anyone who's... I saw Rusty Cat back there. Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. He's sitting on a table. Stoic Rusty, aren't you? With a stoic cat. I always find myself seeking solitude after big social events to question myself. Oh, really? To question yourself. Interesting. And most of the married women still only gossip. Do they really talk anything quality? Interesting. I have to say that during my time in Germany, like university, having like girls around me that are usually not married or sometimes single, or we would definitely have a lot of different topics than with... And here in the USA, where a lot of people get married pretty young, so usually I would hang out with people that are married, because there's... It might just be Tennessee, but people here marry really early. And a lot of topics would be about like gossip and like gossiping about their husbands and stuff, and I don't like that. I don't like gossip in general. Like, don't get me wrong, like sometimes I'm not perfect, I'm far from perfect, so everyone gossips once in a while, accidentally or non-accidentally, or falls into that trap. But yeah, the conversations here are sometimes a little bit different than with my German friends. But it's also what you feed into that conversation, right? If you just like try to not bring up like gossipy topics, and just... It will also change, like what we just talked about, it will change their way of talking, or like what they want to talk about. So you influence each other, right? So you just gotta try the best you can to not fall into the gossip trap, because yeah, I don't think that's a great conversation to just gossip about people. But it does happen here. Like I definitely felt like I came across a little bit more gossip here in the United States with women I was hanging out than in Germany, but that might just be my own personal experience, and it's not like a social research at all. You know, that's just my little experience here. So there's definitely these and those. There's definitely, you can't generalize it like that. It's just what I experienced. Energy vampires, yes, a real thing for sure. And unfortunately, one of my best friends is married to one. Unfortunately, yeah, I definitely know some for sure. But yeah, what can you do? Yeah, I don't know many, to be honest, but I definitely know some. I'm not gonna name anyone here, but I do know some. Maybe you like hang out with people that they found themselves in a way, or they found themselves in a way. Yes, usually older people have achieved that. Panos, that's a very good point. Yeah, because like I said, it drains me sometimes when people are trying to like act like they're someone that they're not, or they're like trying to be cool, but you can look right through that, and that's very draining because then you gotta act along, even though you know they're just putting up a facade and it's not real. So I hate everything that's not real. That's, I don't like that. Like inauthenticity, I hope that's the word I'm looking for, is something that really drains me. So that's a very good point. I never thought about that. But yeah, old people, they found their own personality and they know who they are. So you're tired, but you're beautiful. Thank you. I am not tired. It's just been, I mean, it's the end of the day, you know, so I do look tired sometimes. I do be looking tired once in a while, or more often than not, I guess. Do you have pen pals? I used to have a pen pal, but that was when I was like a teenager, or like very young teenager. But not really anymore. And I would hate for me having one because I don't know if I would find the time at the moment, because I feel like my life here is quite busy, unfortunately. And I wish it was less busy, but that's something I need to figure out myself and make it less busy, because I would love to have more time again for like playing music or like drawing and yeah, drawing and just sitting down and doing something artsy is definitely what I love doing. I always love doing that, but I feel like I have so little time for it, but I need to make more time for that. How about yourself, Kazak? Do you have one? You're beautiful. Thank you, LF. Take a sip of water. You keep on talking. Well, thanks for looking out. I will. I'll take a sip of tea, actually. I brewed some holly tea earlier with spearmint and cinnamon bark and what else? Orange peel, I think. So it's very Christmassy. Hi Molto, how are you doing? From the Netherlands, Finland, or German? Yes, I'm German. Netherlands is very similar accent, I would say, from German. Finland is the first one. I got Australia before. Netherlands I heard quite a few times. Irish I heard a few times. South African, and can't think of any other. I think those are the ones. Okay, you should investigate your friends and see which one of them are ENFPs. They are so fun to hang out with. Okay, I will. I think I know one that's an ENFP. I know it's an ENF, but I don't know if it's an ENFP or not. I would have to look into that or ask the person again. I will definitely do that, but ENFP, I remember that. Hi Zaino. Thank you, I appreciate that. I didn't even have time to make tea today. I may make some hojicha in a few. I had hojicha yesterday, Shuriken, by the way, and I haven't had it since China, actually. Yeah, the last time I had hojicha was in China, I think at university, probably. That's usually where I got it. But there was like a little cafe where I like to go to and try different teas. But I had one yesterday and it was really good. I definitely miss having more variety in my teas, because I've been drinking and sipping on my holly teas because I have so much of it. I love holly teas. Like, it makes me really feel good. Like, it wakes me up in a nice way. Berner Würstchen, lecker. Hallo, yeah, wie geht's? Is it cold over there? It is getting colder now. Today is like one of the few days that it's been really, really like freezing cold outside. But yesterday, for example, I was wearing a t-shirt. So Tennessee has crazy weather. So it can be hot and cold at the same time, on the same day or same week. But I'm sorry, Shuriken, I was so stressful today. You couldn't make tea. But I hope you enjoy the hojicha. I feel like it has like the least caffeine, right? I feel like green tea has Matcha probably has the most, right? Because it ingested. Green tea after and hojicha is probably the smallest amount of caffeine, so I feel like that's like a good evening tea to drink. If you must drink tea in the evening. If you're sensitive to caffeine, you probably shouldn't. But yeah, at least you got all the stuff out of the way and all the things you needed to do, and tomorrow you will hopefully have a lot of time to drink some tea. Bayern 1:3 gegen Arsenal. Echt? Bist du Arsenal-Fan? People and places may be different, but love, crying, treason is everywhere. I agree. Very true. We're all the same in the end. We just grow up in with different languages and cultures and different food, but in the end, we're all just made out of the same material and have the same emotions, right? Ever been to Bangalore? I have not actually, but is it nice? And anything that we need to know about Bangalore? Random, aber mir egal. John 11:25. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. Thank you. Who's gonna carry? Bist du Deutsch? I am Deutsch indeed. Ich bin Deutsch. It's time for me to eat some breakfast. Thank you, Rika. Have a blessed Thanksgiving, everyone. I'll definitely be back. Lovely stream. Thank you so much, Kazak. You contributed so many great conversations to this chat, so I really appreciate it. And thank you for being here and being part of the community. I'm so glad to have you. And yeah, it was nice meeting you, and have a very blessed and happy Thanksgiving, you and your loved ones, and talk to you soon. Bye. And whoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believe it. Do this. I do believe this. That's awesome. I brew hojicha with about 2 teaspoons of leaves per cup under boiling for the first 2 30-second infusion and boiling for the third. I'm gonna read it again. First 30-second infusion and boiling for the third 1-minute infusion. How do I do it? In a very amateur way, Shuriken, you'll probably be very upset. So I just boil my water to 158 or 76, I think. I think it was 58. And then I just brew it in my good old tea can. And I don't do it in any cool or fancy way because I don't have anything fancy here. But I think I just left it in there until I finished the whole tea, honestly. So I wish I was as meticulous with it as you are, or like as professional, but I'm not, fortunately. Das bin ich, red and right, baby. Nice. Das freut mich ja, dass Arsenal gewonnen hat. I'm learning German recently, nice. How's it going? Hola, Whiskers. Hi. Alles gut bei dir? Ja, alles gut bei mir. Morgen ist Thanksgiving. Zum Glück, der Besuch hat abgesagt aus gesundheitlichen Gründen. Deswegen muss ich zum Glück nicht für die ganze Meute kochen. Ich bin also nicht sauer darüber. Ich habe natürlich so getan, als wäre ich traurig darüber. Aber eigentlich bin ich ganz froh, dass ich meine Ruhe habe und nicht kochen muss. Aber ja, alles gut. Hoffe bei dir auch natürlich. Hi Zwani, guten Abend. That will be my fourth language. I speak Spanish, English and French. Whoa, not bad. That's pretty cool. Hi Minz, grüß dich zurück. Zurück. Aus Garmisch. Nice, Garmisch-Partenkirchen. Ich war oben auf dem Dings, ach man, wie heißt der höchste Punkt? Zugspitze. Thank you, Whiskers. Appreciate it. Abend High Five. Nice, learned a German word. High five. Thank you, Whisker. Appreciate it. I heard it. Very kind of you. That will go right to Oscar's toy, what's it called? Like a piggy bank. Appreciate that. come to Bangalore, I will get you masala dosa, best chicken biryani, and a lot of best foods. It sounds amazing. I would love to eat some traditional food over there. And thank you for the invite. That's very kind of you, Krishna. Aber ja, Garmisch war ich schon oben auf der Zugspitze, fand ich sehr beängstigend, da oben drauf zu stehen und da hoch zu kraxeln, aber auch sehr wunderschön. So eine ganz tolle Gegend. Was ist Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving ist immer am letzten Donnerstag im November und das ist, wo man ein Tag, an dem man feiert, dass man dankbar ist. Und ich glaube, der Ursprung ist von den Einheimischen damals hier, von den Natives. I think that's how they celebrated like their peace, basically, that they're like cohabiting peacefully, eating turkey and corn and all that stuff. That's why you eat turkey here. That's what I heard from people that I asked. So it's just like usually just families getting together and eating together and just being grateful and sharing meals and everyone bringing some food. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me hath everlasting life. Thank you for spreading the gospel. Who's gonna carry? Beste Bibelzitate. Liebe Grüße aus Österreich. Danke, ganz liebe Grüße zurück nach Österreich. Mach weiter so. Danke, dass du das alles verbreitest. Das ist wichtig. Holy child brewed grandpa style, the way you do it. Actually, it sounds really good. Grandpa style, yeah. I feel like a grandpa sometimes. I feel like I'm like born to be a grandpa. Even though, yeah, I guess not. Not really. I should try it sometime. Well, it's probably better the way you do it, so I don't know if you should try it. I just do it because I try not, or yeah, I'm very rustic with my things, you know, so I would love to try the tea that you're making, so I can just see how good it tastes like and how like it tastes when it's well made. Lebst du in den Staaten? Ja, ich lebe in den Staaten, genau. Je parle un peu. Zugspitze, genau. Ja, genau. Zugspitze. Schon fast vergessen, war schon so lange her. Slave, dann bist du bei mir falsch. Das lang gibt es bei mir nicht. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it. Favorite country? That's hard. That depends on what you're talking about. Like for living, traveling, food-wise, landscape. So I don't know. I'm probably biased because yeah, probably Italy and China probably are one of my favorite countries. But I haven't seen all of the countries in the world, so I feel like it's unfair to say that because maybe there's some I would like better. How often people at my place? I have no idea, Krishna. I couldn't answer that question. I don't know. Hopefully not many, but who knows about that. Now to him that worketh in the reward not reckoned of grace but of debt. But to him that worketh not, but believeth on him that justified the ungodly, his faith is counted for righteousness. Good point. You're not a work-based salvation kind of person. I guess I'm getting that from your quotes or verses. Hi Joshua, I'm doing good. How about yourself? Please feel free to contribute to the conversation in a personal way. Yeah, feel free to do so. Indeed, you can. But I know it's also important what you're doing. You think it's not work-based? I think it's faith-based too. But I feel like some people completely forget about the work-based aspect. And I feel like once you really have that faith, you are like you want to do good works or give up like a big chunk of yourself, if that makes sense, but like in a voluntarily way and not you don't do it because you want to get somewhere, but because you want to reciprocate. You know what I mean? Hi, greetings, Kurt Cobain. He's back. I'm always trying to learn how to brew better tea. I'm really not great at it. I'm sure you are pretty great at it. Sure you can. I feel like if someone is great at it, it would be you. But I know you're just a very modest person. You probably, if you drank my tea, you'd be like, really good. Okay, I get what you mean. That's what most people think. So what do you think? Who's gonna carry? You don't think? So you feel like no one has to do anything? Or would you even say that people could be like bad until the end of their lives, but just say that they believe? Or what's your opinion on it? Since you opened the keg. Keg? Is that what you say? Kennel keg? I hope you know what I mean. My hair's tickling my face. Or we're just overthinking. Could be. It's never bad to overthink, or maybe it's bad to overthink certain situations, but it's never bad to use your brain or think about things that are important, I guess. I'm sure. Hi, Nemo. Your tea tastes great since you're a culinarian, so you know how to make things taste good. Well, I wouldn't say that tastes bad, but of course, to like a tea expert or like a pro, it would be like like bean soup to you. You know what I mean? But for me, it's okay. It's simple, but still good. I mean, if the tea is good, the product will be good, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to ruin it. But there's definitely a lot of way for improvement. But thank you, Shurkin. It says that everyone who believes is in Christ, you are born of God and have eternal life. That's all you need to believe, that Jesus in Christ is the Son of God, and He gives you eternal life. Well, yeah. I know what you mean. It makes sense, and I agree. But I feel like also like, is there like a change in heart, like truly? You know what I mean? Or are you just gonna, you believe, but are you just gonna go on with your ways that are not necessarily the best, because as human we just have like a very corrupted heart, right? Sometimes. Or do you have the internal urge to change for the better, if that makes sense? While still knowing that none of us is perfect and we never will be. I'd be nervous for a tea pro to taste my tea for sure. I'll put you under the category of tea pro, sure I can. But I'll be nervous to have like a chef taste my food, stuff like that. So I definitely understand the feeling. I feel like my food is good, but there's always room for improvement for everything, I guess. By talking about my food, I'm probably gonna hop off in a little bit and eat my food and reheat it because it's already cold now. But I just hate eating on stream, at least like the entire time. I feel like that's a little rude. Our works are a product of our faith. It's not a faith versus work debate in the eyes of many. Yeah, just like the fruit of it, basically. And the product of the faith, exactly. That's what I think. But yeah. I mean, Jesus started made an adulterous woman believe who he met sitting at well. He said to her that she believed and will. Well, yeah. I know what you mean, but he also said, do not continue with your sins after this. Like he said that. So thank you. Happy holidays to everyone here. To be best of what we do, fail, and learn. Good point. Yes, always gotta learn, and failure is just part of it, right? Exactly. You will know a good tree by its fruit. Yep. Very true. Wie geht's dir? Mir geht's gut. Thank you so much, Vishna. Krishna, not Vishna. Sorry. You are too. I feel like you all are great people. I feel like every person is kind of a good person, anyways. But you're extra good. So I appreciate that. Hi, Vakas, or bye, Vakas. Thank you so much. He never said to her, "Do not continue in your sin." That's why this passage is so popular among Protestants. Oh, it was a different passage then. I thought it was in this one where he said, "Don't continue your sin." Was it the blind? No, there was a blind man, right? Or the man that couldn't walk at the well, maybe. Not the well, like the little pool where they go in to get healing. Maybe I'm mixing it up. He just told her, yeah. Bye bye, Krishna. I'm gonna go too now. And I wish you all a happy holiday. Thank you for the interesting conversations and all the different topics. I feel like we covered so many things today. Because he knew her past. I know that, yeah, for sure. But I still think that a change of heart comes with it eventually. And you don't want to do bad things no more. Living is growing and growing is living. Nothing but love in your life and growth. Thank you so much, Jason. Same for you. And I wish you all, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving and a very peaceful Thanksgiving and a great time with your family and a lot of good food, of course, and pie. We established that most people here voted for pie, so y'all love your pie. And keep us posted on the buttermilk pie shuriken. I'm interested to hear how it turned out. Christ told the adulterous woman to go forth and sin no more. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought I remembered that one too, but I wasn't sure. I don't have it right here, so to prove it. So, thank you, Shuriken. And it's okay for everyone to have a little bit different opinions, and it's not about who's right and wrong. Just do as good as you can, and keep reading and all that. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving or day in general, Ami and friends. Thank you so much, Shuriken, and everyone else here too. Enjoy your next couple days of having the day off, hopefully, or having some time with family, and I hope you get some relaxing time in. And talk to you all very soon. He was righteous and wrote many books in the Bible. God bless you too. Thank you. It was gonna carry. Good conversation. Talk to you all soon. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.